Myanmar has marked 2 years since the military seized power in a coup. This week, the government extended the state of emergency it imposed then by a further 6 months. The coup leader suggested that elections, which had been due to take place in August, will now be postponed. With me now is Zin Ma Ong, the Foreign Affairs Minister of the National Unity Government of Myanmar, the country's government in exile. Thank you very much indeed. What is your response to the fact that those elections, whether really democratic at all or not, are being postponed? What's that going to mean?
Yeah, it's based on the practical terms. What does that show is that the military cannot able to control on the ground, one thing. And another thing is a legal point of view. They don't have legal, rights to hold the election, one thing. And politically, another thing is that they don't have people's support, to hold the election, because 2020 election is, free and fair. And of course, the people are willingly joins and they already recognized by the international community. So what does that show is that the military cannot control on the grounds, and military rules has been refused by the people for 2 years. So it's still going on. So people's response and resilience and resistance are very strong, on the ground.
We're just seeing pictures from earlier this week. There was a silent protest, I think, with images sort of shown there of the streets relatively empty.
Yes, exactly.
What is daily life like for people? Has it become just impossible to protest?
Yes, of course, because in daily life, the military terrifying their own people, even including airstrikes to the villages, and also, of course, the hospitals and civilians, places. They indiscriminately attack even, the airstrike. And in cities, each and every day, they are, arresting the peoples and so terrifying the daily life. But even under that kind of circumstance, people shows their position that against the military rule.
What level of support are you getting from international governments? Because obviously we know that Myanmar's had a lot of support from China.
Yes, of course. The internationally, it's a little bit, different. Even China is now realized that who is the real partner for them, as a neighboring country. It's definitely very clear that the military is not a real partner for the Chinas. Our people and the democratically elected government only be the true partner of our neighboring country like China.
But are you getting support from other nations in trying to maintain resistance of some kind? Yes,
of course, politically, for example, like recently, many of the government, including UK and US and Canada, have imposed sanctions. This is one of the encouraging response by the international community. But we still need to have, much more stronger terms of the support from the international community.
And of course, Aung San Suu Kyi has, for so many years, been a big focus of resistance. What are you hearing about how she is at the moment?
She is now in the prisons, sentenced for 33 years. So we, in good health, but still we are worried about the situation because it's because of her age, and situation is very difficult, to be in good health, and situation under the very terrible situation of the Myanmar prison.
Do you feel that Myanmar's story has fallen away from the international focus, the international headlines?
Yes, of course. Sometimes we feel like that, especially after the Ukraine and Russia wars. But at the same time, we are trying to get attentions and to maintain international support for our own people. So that is why.
But how can anything change? I mean, how do you see realistically anything changing on the ground?
Not changing on the ground, because our core, the strength came from our own people. So people determinations and they are ready to pay any cost to get back their rights and freedom. So this is, that kind of strength are not changing on the ground. So the support of the people, the relationship between the National Unity Government and their own peoples is very good, because people are supporting, these revolutions, personally, and of course, financially, people are supporting throughout that year.
And you think that even China is got some reservations about the current government? I mean, they have for years been supporting them.
Yes, the position of the China this time is a little bit, different. For some extent, they do realize that the military government is not, the real partner to bring the sustainable and stability the regions, because for China the stability is really important in order to realize their projects, especially for the economic development. So this is really very clear, the position in the UN Security Council, how the China's silence on that resolution. This is very clear on that position.
Okay, Zin Ma Ong, Foreign Affairs Minister of the National Unity Government in Myanmar. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much.